What's going on, everybody? Happy June. Today's June 1st, Thursday, June 1st. And we got a cozy little group in the chat today. Either the numbers are not working correctly or it's very, very cozy today, but that's okay. We don't care. We are here to have a little discussion, a little chat, a little check-in. And, well, I guess we can start with the unfortunate news for a Celtics fan. As the last time we spoke, there was hope that the Celtics, I'm a Celtics fan, that the Celtics would pull it off. Went from 0-3 to 3-3, went to a Game 7 at the Boston Garden and just lay an absolute stinker, They looked terrible. They looked scared of the moment. Obviously, Tatum injuring his ankle on the first possession was just like a harbinger, as they say, a harbinger. Look up the word. I think I'm using the word right. A harbinger. I think it means like something bad's about to happen. And after that, you just kind of felt the air get sucked out of the arena when he got injured. And you could see him hobbling around, and you just knew this was going to be bad news. And Jaylen Brown kind of took that opportunity to try and be the superstar. I mean, there's been this storyline for a long time of people would say, oh, who's better? Is it Jaylen? Is it Tatum? I think it's pretty clear that it's Tatum, but Jaylen wants to be a superstar in his own right. And what did he do? He had 8 turnovers. He couldn't dribble the ball. It was similar to what we saw last year when the Celtics were in the finals and they lost in Game 6 to the Warriors. And that game also, there were lots of turnovers. Jaylen Brown looked like he couldn't dribble the ball. So definitely leaves a sour taste in the mouth of all Celtics fans. And it's going to be an interesting offseason because now Jaylen Brown is eligible for the Supermax. He's going to be the richest NBA player ever, because that's how the Supermax works. He'll be the richest one until the next guy is the richest one. And so the Celtics are going to have some interesting decisions to make because of the way this new collective bargaining agreement, potentially the Celtics are going to have a lot of their salary tied up into just 2 players. So it's going to be really interesting. It's going to be a tough decision for the Celtics management of what to do. I mean, some people offering their hot takes all over Twitter trying to say that Jaylen Brown, just get rid of him. He had all those turnovers. I mean, let's not forget, though, Jaylen Brown is 26 years old. That's younger than Michael Jordan was when he won his first championship. Jaylen Brown is 26. That's incredibly young. He's not in his prime yet. And even saying that, he still made the second team All-NBA this past season. So you don't just give up on All-NBA players, even if they have some shitty outings. And also, we don't know if that hand was a bigger deal than we thought. I mean, he had like a stitched up hand that wasn't really healing correctly, apparently. But anyway, congratulations to the Miami Heat. if there were ever a team that no one would think that they have any business being where they are, it's the Miami Heat. I mean, in the beginning of the playoffs, they nearly didn't make the playoffs. Then they beat up on the Milwaukee Bucks, which was a lot of people's finals pick. Of course, Giannis was hurt, makes a big difference, but they beat up on the Milwaukee Bucks. They beat up on the New York Knicks, which wasn't that much of a surprise. I mean, the New York Knicks are just a poverty franchise, let's be real. But then they beat up on the Celtics. I mean, that 3-0 lead, that's a result of really good coaching, really good defense, and these role players that are just playing their asses off. Now, the question, and now we can kind of transition it to the finals. Do we think that this is going to continue? Do we think that the Heat can continue this run? I'm going to say that it won't. And I mean, I'm staying consistent. I know that Stan Love's in the chat, big Heat fan, as well as other Heat fans. They think that the Heat are destined. And you know what? It must be fun to be a Heat fan right now because no one believes in the Heat. And they can continue to believe that, they are the underdog forever. In every single series, they're the underdog. No one believes in them. And it's just going to continue now. Although I will say there is a Reddit NBA Top Shot giveaway. If you're not aware, if you go onto Reddit I'll put the link in the chat actually, but it's r/NBA Top Shot. I'll find the link for you though. I'll find right here. I'm going to put it into the chat. So if you guys are watching live, you can go take a look. And if you click that link, so there's Veerman. He's telling us it's r/NBA Top Shot. All you got to do is guess who you think is going to win the series, place your NBA Top Shot username, and I think 10 people are going to share. Let's see. 10 people are going to get a pack. I don't know what pack that is, but 10 people are going to get a pack. You got to put your predictions in by game 2. So far, there are 260 entries on Reddit. So that's nice to see. Reddit NBA Top Shot, I mean, way back when was buzzing. I still like to check in on it. Sometimes there's some interesting takes. Sometimes there's some very negative takes. But it's interesting to see. And it's good to see that people are, I guess, going over to Reddit. I remember way back when, I think it was during the Roham AMA when they were saying, or maybe before that, when they were saying that they were going to do AMAs on Reddit moving forward. I remember that was a thing. Maybe that was a mistake, though, because that never happened. But anyway, let's talk about the finals for a second. So we see the Heat have now made it to the finals. Are the role players going to keep shooting like 15% higher than their averages? Is Jimmy Butler going to keep just gutting it out every single game? Is Bam Adebayo, is he going to play better than he has been? I mean, he plays great off the ball, setting picks and such. I mean, this team just does tons of pick and roll and finds open three-point shooters. Is that going to continue versus the Nuggets? Well, I haven't thought the Heat were going to win a single series up until now, and to Stan Love's chagrin. But I will continue saying that I don't think they're going to beat the Nuggets. I think the Nuggets are a very strong team. I mean, every other team has been flawed in some way. And I'm not like trying to make excuses here, but the Celtics were not playing particularly well. They kept lollygagging. I mean, they could have coughed it up to the Sixers potentially. There were moments versus the Hawks, I should say, that they also kind of looked weak. There were moments, I mean, in every series, the Celtics didn't look like an absolute powerhouse. And I think the Nuggets, this will be their first NBA title if they win it. They have Nikola Jokic, who is arguably the MVP and didn't get it. And he might have a little chip on his shoulder because of that. They have Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr., who are injured and are finally being able to play, get the limelight, get the playing time. It just feels like the Nuggets have been consistent. They are a fantastic team. And also, if you take a look at the last 6 meetings between the Heat and the Nuggets, would you like to know what the total record is from the head-to-head? It is 6-0. The Nuggets have beat the Heat 6 straight times out of their last 6 meetings, dating back to 2021 with roughly the same rosters. So you don't have to listen to my subjective opinions. You can look at the fact that the Nuggets don't have much trouble with the Heat when it comes to matchups. And so if we just go straight by those numbers, and they're, listen, having said that, the Heat have proved us all wrong again and again. But my pick is the Nuggets. I'm going to say the Nuggets in 5. I think the Heat will will themselves to one win. They might even surprise people and steal one on the road. I just think the Nuggets are the stronger team. They're the healthier team. They've had more rest. They have an MVP that got robbed of the 3 straight MVPs, and they have injured players who finally get to play in the finals. And they were almost here a couple of years ago in the bubble, but the Mickey Mouse Lakers won that year. And so I just think it's their time. It's their time. It's their time to win, but mostly because they're healthier, they're stronger, and I just think they're going to win. I could be wrong. There are plenty of people in that Reddit thread think I'm wrong. Plenty of people in that Reddit thread have faith in the Heat, even though we see the game 1 line in Denver by 8.5. If that means anything against the Celtics, it didn't mean anything. But yeah, anyway, so that's my quick take on the finals. I think the Denver Nuggets beat the Miami Heat. Jump Shoot, nice hair today. Thank you, Jump Shoot. Let me go catch up with the comments here. Because when I'm going on one of these dialogues, I can't be reading and talking. So let's take a look. All right. So Stan Love says Jalen got outplayed by Caleb Martin. That is true. Poker Pro Eric, insert video of Joe Biden hard fall at Air Force graduation. I don't have that video, Poker Pro, but I know that it's on Twitter. The Heat are missing Harrow and Oladipo. That is true. That's why they are the more injured team. I'm not to say, I guess you're saying like they beat the Celtics who were beat up. You're right. They were all beat up on the Eastern side. You're right. When new pack, says Poker Pro. I don't know. When land? Good question, Jump Shoot. Stan Love says, I hate the lack of challenges. My Heat collection would have pumped. That's true. They're kind of leaning into these predictive challenges that still require like one redemption moment in there. Poker Pro says, when NBA convention? That's during the summer league, isn't it? Budavane says, when Judge. Jump Shoot, when Kiosk. Stan Love says, Bam's going to play better. Jimmy's going to elevate his level. Can Jimmy elevate his level any further? I don't know. Harrow's going to come back and contribute. Light's going to be too bright for Gordon, MPJ, and 60K Bruce Brown. Remains to be seen, Stan, but I still think the MVP of the league is on the other side. Jared likes the Heat in 6. And Green Curry saying aloha. A+ cut. Are we talking about my hair right now? I didn't get a haircut today. I just I went to the gym this morning and I used the hair dryer. That's probably why it looks decent, if that's what you're noticing. Okay, and Jared said monologue, you didn't let us talk. Just kidding, just kidding. Did I use the wrong term? I probably did, didn't I? Did I say dialogue? Is that why? Yeah, that's probably why. So anyway, yeah, that's what I'm thinking on the NBA Finals. We talked about the Reddit giveaway. If you're in the chat, just scroll up. It's in the comments if you want to go do that. And let's see. We talked about the Celtics. We could talk a little bit about Top Shot. Let's see what's going on in Top Shot. We just had the locked sets. I actually have one set that I totally forgot to lock. I have the Rising Stars S3, so the common set, those rookies, and I forgot to lock, so that was silly of me. And we saw that the fit check moments came out, and I gotta admit, I actually think that's a really cool set. I really like it because something I really enjoy actually are when NBA teams get the new jerseys. I always love in the beginning of the season when they show you the new jerseys and like the alternative jersey, the alternate jerseys, and like the city edition jerseys. I love that. I don't know if you guys do too. I don't know if it's because I've always enjoyed like marketing and design, graphic design. I've always been into that. And so to have a set dedicated to that idea is pretty cool. And something that I was actually thinking about today is that they should actually just get rid of fresh threads completely and incorporate new players in that reel. So, For example, like last year, Derek White comes to the Celtics. Instead of having a fresh threads moment, it's a fit check moment, and Derek White is featured in the fit check moment. It gets rid of the fresh threads set, which I think should be done. And for that matter, they still have like another couple of common sets that are supposed to be released this series. Spicy, extra spicy, and what's the other one again? Hustle and show. Cut them, get rid of them, don't release them. The fact that we just had the rookie burning board and people were getting rid of stuff that they overpaid for to get their hands on other packs, which was not as much of a money supply suck, and people were getting in some ways rewarded for holding on to stuff that they lost money on, and not taking money out of the ecosystem, not pummeling us with more supply. People were burning more than we got in return. That is what we have to do moving forward. By and large, that's what we have to do moving forward. That's the only way that this community is going to feel listened to, is going to feel heard, is going to feel like we're moving in the right direction. I'm not saying you can't sell packs also, but it kind of feels like it's got to be 80-20 or 60-40 at the very least. So NBA Top Shot people, we know that you listen to the Tandy Man. I only stream once a week. I keep it easy on you. I'm not like these other psychopaths that are streaming multiple times a day. Looking at you, Sorarian. So, yeah, you know what to do. If up top, if the Roham man, you got to give him his drop. If Roham can understand that you got to pump the brakes, even though these NFL people are waiting on their 40 million, pump the brakes if you want your user base to be happy and not mad at you. Roham. That's what I believe. And we got a comment here from Jump Shoot. What are your thoughts on Zakarian and Al G or LG? Is that what we're saying? Taking a vacation together seems kind of fishy. Is that what's going on? Is Zakarian taking a vacation with LG? If it is, we're going to definitely get some interesting content. They'll be on like a little fishing boat, because I saw the LG posted a video today. He was taking like a ferry somewhere in Vancouver, I think. So if Zakarian's on there too, that'll be wonderful content. Zakarian will be on one side of like a little fishing boat, just like shuffling around. LG will be on the other side. He'll be like, what's up, Zakarian? Could you please pass me an ice cold water? Top Shot prediction challenge. All right, I'll see if I can set that up. Let's see. I'll take a look. I'll keep looking. My big red dog is feeling $ sloppy. Is that you, Alexo? Are you using a burner right now? Alexo released a sloppy stakes coin. I didn't realize that you could create shit coins on Flow now, but you can. And if I would endorse one shit coin, then it would be Alexo shit coin. I'll tell you that much. Oh, you know what? I can't do the predictive challenge because I don't have a redemption moment of either of these teams right now, Jump Shoot. So unfortunately, I can't do it. Poker Pro says do the pack challenge. What are you guys talking about right now? Let me see. Am I missing something? I'm looking at I don't see it. If you're talking about the Reddit one, I did that. UniWatch is a great follow. I really enjoy UniWatch. Jared likes my ideas. Thank you, Jared. And Hustle and Show is a staple, says Jared. Listen, if they can figure out a way to release sets like Hustle and Show, because I know people like Hustle and Show, but then do it by getting rid of the old Hustle and Show. Don't do it by just releasing more. If you're going to release, when you really break it down, it's like tens of thousands of new moments, then you got to burn double that at least. And that way your community will take it in a good way. Because if you're going to be more conscious about circulations, the old circulations are completely out of whack. So you got to burn down those old circulations then. Actually, Jeb is here. Release Hustle and Show. Just make it a net negative. Yeah, exactly like what I just said. You have two previous sets of it with very high mint counts. Jeb, you said it before I did, but I didn't read your comment. But exactly what Jeb is saying is what I just said. Um. I'm just looking. I'm looking. What about dollar sign PPE coins as Poker Pro Eric? I don't know. Release it. Ask Alexa how to do it. He'll probably help you out. Jared is asking about Alexa. What's better, his coin or his internet? That's an easy answer. It has to be his coin. There's not many things worse than Alexa's internet. And To the House says, I'm not selling my Jaw Hustle and Show when it hit 400 is my biggest. Oh, he's saying not selling my Jaw Hustle and Show when it hit 400 is my biggest Top Shot regret. Well, listen, hustle To the House. Everyone's financial situation is different, and there's people in this chat who probably have taken way bigger L's than that. But yes, of course. I mean, what's it worth now? Like $14. So we're going to have those experiences, and hopefully it teaches you that the next time you're holding something and you think to yourself, and I've made this mistake multiple times thus far, multiple times, and I'll probably never learn. So I don't know why I'm lecturing. But if you go back to Eric Whiteback's episode, which is one of my favorite episodes of this show, the Collectibles Guru, and he said, if I hold a card in this case, and I got to ask myself, would I pay, in this case, John Morant, would I pay $400 right now if I didn't have this card? Would I pay $400 for it? And if I wouldn't, then I should sell it. And of course, it's not always an easy question and answer, because when you're in a period of hype, it's difficult to think clearly. It's why no one sells when they should. They always think, I think it's going to keep going a little bit further. I mean, that's just this space, though. It's like gambling. It's something about the human brain, the human condition. We always think when things are going well, it's going to go even better. And when things are going to get going poorly, they're going to get even worse. That's usually what we think. And Green Curry says also, I could have sold at the top, but honestly, I probably would have just spent it on more moments, so it would still be down anyway. Yeah, I did. I kind of actually did that. My problem early on was I basically bought in sort of right near the peak, but it was right before it. And things like doubled in this period of like 1 or 2 days. And I remember just thinking, first of all, like, I can't sell like this early adopter Carl Anthony Towns. This thing's gonna like pay my kids' tuition in the future, first of all. And second of all, anything that I did sell, I remember I sold a Tyler Hero Cool Cat for I think $700. You can pick that up right now for about $3. I just bought something else with it. I bought like a Julius Randle Top Shot debut for like $400 and a John Morant 15K for like $300. Like, so that's very true, Green Curry. That is how it works. And we got Poker Pro on his alternate on Twitch, giving me those Twitch numbers right now. And Joseph says, hey, I made it. Hello, Joseph. Nice to have you here. So let's see what else we can cover on this stream of ours. Anything else going on in Top Shot land? One kind of funny thing, depending on if you like drama or not, and shit shows. I'm someone who likes shit shows and drama personally. Is we talked a little bit about Drew Austin last week, the Knights of Degen fellow that was on Team Hold, and that went to the Gary Vaynerchuk Holiday Inn in South Dakota event. V Friends. And he's having like a bit of a bickering contest with AG right now on Twitter. So listen, as I've said in the past, being part of this NBA Top Shot community, you kind of get to have some entertainment value. That's like some of the utility here. I don't get this kind of entertainment value anywhere else. There's no reality TV show that gives me the level of entertainment, the shit show entertainment level that I get reading these people go at each other on Twitter. So yeah, it's been fun. Drew says something, AG says something else, and then AG gives away a bunch of moments if people comment in the chat that Drew sucks. I mean, it's really silly and stupid, but I'm not getting that kind of entertainment anywhere else. Yeah. So I'll be honest with you guys. I thought this show might be a little short. I'm actually pretty tired. So we're almost at a half an hour, but we can hang out a little bit longer. Let me know what you guys want to talk about. Throw me some things in the chat. We can talk a little bit longer, but this probably is not going to be a super long episode. I got my points out nice and quick. We talked about the key points today, and we'll talk about a few more things, and then I'll probably cut it a little earlier today. But let's see. Quit like the Celtics, as Stan loves. Well, Stan loves, listen, this is your time to be cocky. We'll see, though. I mean, if the Heat can pull this off, then I'm never going to hear the end of it from Stan Loves, and nor should he stop talking. It's going to be like listening to Pitbull music at high volumes 24/7, because that's the Miami mascot, Pitbull. And if Miami can somehow win this series, which they won't, then I'm going to expect Stan Loves to be dancing and singing like Pitbull every day. To the House says, I was out of the game for a minute. What's up with not being able to withdraw to my bank account I had set up on Dapper? So, to the House, that's a good point. That is something that a lot of people are asking about. In early May, I believe, we had an update from Roham about this issue. So the reason this happened, I think it was related to like the banks that failed. It was a banking processor called Circle, I believe, and it like failed, and so they lost their processor. And apparently last week they started with a new processor. They were going to beta test it with, I think, 250 people. But we haven't heard anything else on that note yet. So I think that people definitely don't want to have to go through like Coinbase. They want to be able to use their banks. So I'm really hopeful that they fix that soon, because the longer that they don't fix that, it just creates some like uncertainty and FUD, and it's just not necessary. Let's see what else we got. Green Curry says, is Top Shot going to have you do the halftime stream? I hope not, because that's going to be, for me, at like 3 o'clock in the morning. So as much as I'd love to do a halftime stream with Top Shot, I would much rather be sleeping. Jumpshoot says, what else does Top Shot need to do to leave beta? If we remember what they said previously, Roham said that he needed to have an app that he could like ping the billions of users. You have your app now. You don't have the users, but you have the app. So that's taken care of. I think that being in beta, first of all, I think leaving beta is not as big of a deal as you think it is. I think leaving beta doesn't really change anything, to be honest. And I think that being able to have the beta label allows them to continue to tinker and test, which I think that part is actually a good thing. Like introducing burning leaderboards, introducing the ability to burn locked moments, introducing these new features. They can, perhaps the thinking there is that in beta, it's all good. And perhaps if it wasn't beta, it wouldn't be. I don't know. But the bottom line is leaving beta wouldn't change much, in my opinion. So I think people who are obsessed over being in beta are kind of missing the point. When people are like, I can't believe this site's still in beta. Can't believe it. Just wait till we leave beta or stuff like, yeah, no, doesn't really make sense. The only thing that I feel people do have a valid reason to gripe about a little bit is that technically, when you use a beta product, the relationship between the product and the user base is, I would say, a bit different than it is between Top Shot and its user base. Beta users usually have access to something at lower cost to them. They get access to more cool stuff because they are beta testers. We are using a product that's pretty much fully fleshed out, and I wouldn't call us beta testers. So that's my only problem with the beta label. But like I said, I don't think it's going to change anything. Stan Love says 305, Dale. Jared says, I thought this was our finals pregame show. That's a good point, Jared. Now you're thinking big brain. This is your finals pregame show. Poker Pro says, Top Shot kiosks on the arena for NBA finals. I will say no. That's not happening. It would be cool if it would. They would have to have agreements in place with the whatever the hell the Miami Center is called now, like the Cascade Center or something, and the Denver Miller Life High Life Center. I know that's not the right name, but they would have to have agreements in place, and I don't believe that they do. I wish they did, though. That would be nice, wouldn't it? To the House says, play the drop.
Hey, no.
Jeb says they rolled out. I'm guessing you're talking about the ACH withdrawals, Jeb. They rolled them out to another 4,500 people. Is that true? Wouldn't that cover like every active user? Where did you see that, Jeb? If you're in the chat, please let us know. Poker Pro says, let's talk about the rookie revelations prices. All right, Poker Pro, you give me some content. Hashtag content. Let's go to rookie revelations. I'm going to look it up in the background here and bring it up. Rookie revelations. So without looking at it, right? I haven't brought it up yet. Without looking at it, I'm guessing that these prices are probably not great. If I had to guess, do we think the Paolo Banchero though is great? It might be, because if you think about it, if we have, let's call it 5,000 active buyers on the platform, and there's only, what are there, 75 of these, then some of those are going to have quite a squeeze. All right, so let's do like this, and let's take a look, and let's do high to low, and let's take a look how we're doing here. So Paolo Banchero has pumped $2,600 for the Paolo Banchero. So there you go. Keegan Murray at 1,000, Jalen at 724, and Jaden at 500. So these prices are actually doing better than they were doing the last time we looked at them. The last time we looked at them, though, Benedict was above the pack price. He's now slightly below it. So basically, Benedict and Walker Kessler, you're still near the pack price, and after that, it starts dropping. Shaden Sharp, you're about $70 below. Jalen Duren, $80 below, just about. And then you get these other guys. If you go all the way down, you get to Oshai Agbaji at 309. So that would be a loss of nearly 200 if you paid the full price of the pack. But these packs are a gamble, man. I mean, I know in the past, if you got your hands on a legendary, like the worst you could do was the price of the pack, pretty much. And that's not the case any longer. And it's in a big way because of the methods of buying these packs has changed significantly. It's changed drastically. And it's like a double-edged sword. Like the market values are going to take a hit because of that. But I still think it's the right decision, because it's the right decision for the economy. And if you think long term, then having moments cheaper than they so-called should be eventually is probably not a bad thing if your user base is not as big as you want it to be yet. So I don't have too much else to add. I mean, I still wouldn't buy this pack if you offered it to me today for $500. If you offered it to me for $300, I would. And a lot of people, depending on what they burned, probably got it for somewhere around that price. So if you think of it that way, then these prices aren't even that bad. So there you go, Poker Pro. That's the rookie revelation prices. Green Curry says, does anyone know if there will be any more 4K rookies coming out? I'm not aware of that, Green Curry. To the House said, would leaving beta be a harbinger? So let me just look up the word harbinger. Is it a negative thing? I'm actually not even sure anymore. I think it is. Actually, no, it's not. It's a harbinger is something that initiates a major change, something that foreshadows a future event, an anticipatory sign of what is to come. So it's not necessarily a negative harbinger. Tatum twisting his ankle was definitely a negative harbinger. Would leaving beta be a positive harbinger, I think is your question. I don't think it would be for the reasons why I said before. I'm sure we could definitely get excited and think, oh, well, if we do leave beta, that must mean something else is coming. Something's changing. It's a harbinger. Perhaps it's a big positive harbinger, but we don't know. And we don't know what that would even mean. We'd all love to think that it would mean a huge marketing play, but we kind of thought that a huge marketing play was going to happen this series. It didn't. So I don't know. I don't know if it would be a big marketing play. I don't know what it would be. It couldn't hurt, though. I think that's why everyone's focusing in on that. Mike Weisberg says, can we just say the quiet part out loud? All right, let's say it out loud, Mike. Leadership speaks volumes. They've always lacked leadership. This is about Roham doing a shitty job leading these brands, says Mike Weisberg. I think that's fair to say. Just if you go back to some of the past things that have been said, they have made some progress in some areas, and they've made some egg on the face in other areas, let's say. What time is it here right now? Jump shoot. It's 9:37 p.m. Let's see. To the house. I remember when the Q status bar was a magical thing. Me too, to the house. That used to fill me with butterflies of excitement. Looking at that Q status. Yes, I'm in. I'm in. The magic number is 1999 and I'm 1700. I can't believe I'm in. Those were fun days, weren't they? Jared says the prices are similar to what we've seen throughout S4 with rookies. Up if you bought out the gate on the marketplace. Okay, that's something to keep your eye on. Budavane says, I sold a Luke Kennard legendary in S3 for like $600. Budavane, tell us what it's worth today. Budavane says, isn't Harbinger of Death / Dawn a metal band or something? It might be, but you see the key part of that sentence was a Harbinger of X. Originally, I thought a Harbinger was a negative thing in and of itself, but it's not. It's something can be a positive Harbinger or a negative Harbinger. Poker Pro says, I just bet on Jokic to win finals MVP. I think that's a pretty good bet, Poker Pro. What were the odds? Poker Pro says, what voice was that? That sounded like Trumpy. I don't even know what voice I was doing. What was I doing? I don't even remember. The Q voice? I'm not sure. I'm waiting on Jeb to tell us what he's talking about the ACH withdrawals. I wonder if I can find it in the background, because I know a lot of people were concerned, and a lot of people are asking about that. If you go to the Discord of NBA Top Shot, that's a very common question about ACH. So since I want you guys to be in the know, I wonder if I can somehow figure it out while we are live. Let's see if I can quickly do it while we're live, so I can tell you guys all about ACH. By the way, guys, there are some button clicking giveaways if you guys have not done that yet on the NBA Top Shot Discord. So there you go. If you haven't done it, go ahead. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. I don't know where Jeb said 4,500. I don't know where Jeb saw something about 4,500. So Jeb, let us know. So minus 400 for Denver to win, minus 300 on Jokic MVP. That's kind of laying a lot on an MVP, Poker Pro. But typically the best player does win the MVP. And we saw that just now when the Heat beat the Celtics and they gave the MVP of the Eastern Conference Finals to Jimmy Butler when he really didn't deserve it. Caleb Martin was absolutely the most valuable player in that series. Jimmy Butler had a couple of games there where he kind of looked like shit. I think he was playing injured. And Caleb Martin came out of nowhere and was scoring like 25 points a game. So To the House says, was the 4,500 for the app? Was that gated access? It wasn't gated access. Anyone could download it. It said limited time only on the App Store, but it wasn't gated access. Well, guys, you have anything else? I'm gonna actually DM Jeb because I really want to inform you guys on what's really going on here. So since Jeb drops in, talks his talk, and then drops out, um, I mean, I'm asking him right now. See if he responds to me in time. Poker Pro says we still have 20 minutes left. For what? What do we have 20 minutes left for, Poker Pro? Until the show has gone for an hour? That's true. We can do an hour, but we also maybe couldn't do an hour too. Investigate Jeb, says Budavane. Anybody watch the I Think You Should Leave series season 3 on Netflix? I've been watching that. What I like about that show is that they're 15 minutes long. So you can fit in watching like a scene here and there, a sketch here and there during the day. You watch for like 2 minutes, then do something else. Good times. Jeb is not messaging me. I think we have to cancel Jeb. Let's see, guys. I don't really have much else. I mean, I guess for Celtics fans, Joe Mazzulla is apparently going to be the coach next year. I think some people didn't want him to be the coach next year, but I think that's kind of a mistake. He's young. He literally got the job days before the regular season. And he's very young, so he's going to mature. He's going to get better. He needs some veterans on that bench, ideally defensive-minded veteran coaches. Cam says, shout out to Chewy Wolf for collecting the Keegan Legendary today. So shout out to you, Chewy Wolf. I can't really do it. So Jeb shared something with me now in the DMs. So there we go. I'm going to share it with you, and we can all read it together. This is about the ACH withdrawal. So let's take a look together. All right. Trevor, James Dillon Bond. He's the founder of Rip Pack City, and he does marketing and partnerships for Floaty. He says, looks like another 4,500 US-based collectors have had wire withdrawals enabled for their Hello Dapper wallets. Great news to see this as this continues to roll out to the Flow blockchain community. So that was, when was that? Today? No, that was yesterday. So Mustafa in the chat in the Discord said, we're excited to announce that 4,500 verified US-based collectors have been granted access to wire withdrawals. More collectors will gradually gain access as we continue to test the new withdrawal process with our new partner. So there you go, everybody. If you're worried about withdrawing your Dapper dollars, now you can. 4,500 of you can. That's a nice percentage of people. If those are active users, that's pretty damn good. If it's active and inactive, then not as good. Yeah, all right, there you go. I'm just trying to give you guys the news. I'm trying to do the best I can here. What else you guys got for me? Should we throw on some background tunes? Should we throw on some sad music for the Celtics, or we'll throw on our like hippity hop one? Now we can just vibe out. I don't know why I'm so tired today. My eyes are like burning. I think it's from my daughter last night. Wasn't sleeping. I only got to sleep at like 1 a.m. Then my wife woke me up to get the daughter. That's how it is when you got a little baby. They wake you up at night, then you feel tired the next day. That's how it is. All right, let's see what else. Payback. You mean playback? Stop paying Tandy. That's actually not true. Playback still pays their creators. It's just that the the way that they do it now is a lot less lucrative. So I was really motivated when it was lucrative. Now it's not as lucrative, so I'm not as motivated. If it was just watching live games with you guys, though, I would fire that up every day. I wouldn't care too much about how lucrative or not it was. But it's not as lucrative anymore, so I don't really want to be streaming every day like I was when it was a lot more lucrative, to be honest. But it's still a great platform for watching live games together. Budavane says, in the purely hypothetical case that you had 7 dappers left, I think you're saying dapper dollars. Let me make this a little softer. 7 dapper dollars left. What would you buy? I mean, that's kind of a fun game. Let's go take a look. I'm sure there's actually got to be some pretty good things you can buy, sadly, for $7 right now. So I'm going to go to the marketplace and I'm going to filter by $7 high to low. Let's see what we can get. Hold on, I'll get this up here to share with you guys in a minute. $7, and we're gonna go high to low, and let's take a look at what we can buy for $7. Ready? Let's go look together. Okay, so you can get yourself a Steph Curry extra spice. You can get a Series 1 Nemanja Bjelica or a Montrezl Harrell. I mean, it hurts to look at some of these because I've literally bought those. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you could get your hands on a Series 1 Donovan Mitchell for $7. You could get your hands on a Giannis Seeing Stars for $7. There's some pretty good options here for $7. You can get a Nikola Jovic, a Kyle Lowry. You could get the Karl Anthony Towns Cool Cat moment. That was like a special airdropped Cool Cat moment. There's quite a few you could get. The Kevin Durant 7,500. I remember when that was like very highly regarded moment. There's a lot of moments here that you could get for $7. What would I buy? I don't know. I really don't know. Series 1 rookie Kendrick Nunn, a fandom Joel Embiid, a Kevin Durant playoff moment on the Suns. I feel like you can't go wrong with a lot of these. So, I don't know. Maybe this one, the Kevin Durant 7,500. What do you guys think? All right. Let's see. Klay Thompson fandom you could buy for $7. Can we buy rares yet for $7? I don't think so. But they're pretty cheap right now. I mean, if we go to rares, let's see if anything comes up. Well, if we go to low to high on rares, they're almost at $7. You could probably throw out an offer for a Bogdan, which I have, lucky me, for $7. Or Norman Powell or Brandon Clark. You might be able to snag one of these for $7. Steve says make a $7 offer on a $14 moment. There you go. Not a bad idea. Green Curry says I'll send you a Miami redemption so you can do the predictive one. Well, Green Curry, let me first make sure I have the other moments because I might not. I've been trying to just collect what I love lately, and that means getting rid of a lot of stuff. So let me just see. Most points scored. You guys can still see this. But it's probably going to be Jokic. Let's just do Lowry. Let's do Gordon. Let's do Porter Jr. All right. Well, Green Car, if you want to send me one, go ahead. Let's see. Who will win? I guess send me a Nuggets one if you got it. All right, let's see what else we got here. Yeah, all right. That's where we're at right now, guys. Got the challenge on Top Shot. You got the Reddit challenge, 280. Green Car, you're sending me a Miami one? All right, I guess go for it. My Top Shot name, I'll send it to you on Twitter. Let's see, where are you? Green Curry. There you are. TS. But you should actually send me Nuggets, because if you have Miami, I would sell those right now, to be honest. Who here is holding a huge stack of Miami redemptions? Anybody? Stan Loves, by the way, says Miami in 6. Anybody else in this chat think Miami's going to win it? Because Green Curry, if you send me the Miami, I'm actually going to be upset with you, because that means you're probably going to lose value. So I don't even want your Miami moments. I want you to sell your Miami moments. Veerman's holding a bunch of Miami moments, but is that because Veerman's collecting every single redemption? Or is that because Veerman thinks the Heat are going to win? You never know, though. The Heat could surprise. But then, Veerman, why do you have a stack of the Heat if you think the Nuggets are going to win? Now I'm confused. Are you also holding a stack of Clippers redemptions? Is it just because you're a collector and a connector? I know that Veerman's also a connector. Green Curry says, I want you to root for Miami. No, I'm going to just be upset that you didn't sell your Miami moment and that you sent me it, and then it's going to lose $15 tonight, and I'm going to be like, why did you do that? Now I'm mad at you. Budavane says, I'm bullish on Denver, but never bet against this Miami team. That's, if we've learned one thing this playoffs, I would have to say that would be it. They seem like they're going to lose every series, and then they win it. Exactly. Steve has a stack of everything. I knew that was the answer. It's not even about the teams at this point. But in this case, Steve, you're holding redemptions that are worth quite a chunk of change. I would just hold on to the bare minimum of those Miami moments, and then buy him back if you really like him so much. Budavane pulled and sold 2 Himi redemptions, probably too. Yeah, of course it was too early. What do you mean probably too early? If you sold your Jimmy Butler moments, it was too early. Guaranteed. All right, well, I'm waiting for that Green Curry moment. Hopefully he sends me a Nuggets moment, but I don't think he's going to. Thing is, on some of those answers, most points scored, Kyle Lowry, Bruce Brown, or Caldwell Pope. Caldwell Pope. I actually think Bruce Brown is probably going to score the most points, actually. I don't think Lowry's going to. Lowry's not looking so good, but I only have a Kyle Lowry. I got rid of all my 60K Bruce Browns and all those things. So I guess for that reason, if I put in a Miami Heat moment, which it's right there, I'll show you guys. It's very kind of Green Curry, but I'm going to be upset about this because this moment is going to lose $10 tonight. But anyway, let's go Heat, I suppose. Just kidding. There you go. Bam Adebayo. Thank you, Green Curry. All right. So To the House says, your light hitting the shirt on the couch keeps tripping me out. I think it's a cat or something. You're right. It does look like a cat. Oh, that's cool. It looks like a cat. That's cool. It looks like a cat was lifting up its head. Man, Poker Pro really wants Trumpy to give the finals predictions. All right. Whatever you say, Poker Pro. Let me see if I can get this working for you. Green Curry, you're not selling. Why are you not selling? This is what I'm not understanding. You realize how these redemptions work, right? Your team loses, your redemptions lose a whole lot of value. That's how they work. All right, let's see if Trumpy wants to give his predictions, I suppose. All right, so Green Curry believes in Miami. There you go. We got some Miami believers. So Stan Loves, you got a fan in the chat. If anybody else believes in Miami, I mean, that's a ballsy bet. Like, if you really do believe in Miami, you should go put like $10 on them at a sports book or something. At a sports book that is not sponsoring this stream, which they should sponsor. All right, let's see. All right, Poker Pro, here I am. You asked for it. You got it, hotshot. Here I am, Poker Pro. And let me tell you, I appreciate all your support and all of your DMs. I love getting DMs from Poker Pro Eric. I love it. He's one of my biggest fans. He sends me funny videos and he sends me photos of Roham. And I'm much richer than Roham. That's the truth. But anyways, what are we talking about? We're talking about the NBA Finals. I like the NBA Finals when LeBron James is not in them. I like my teams with good NBA players, not trashy LeBron James. Players that would rather talk about social justice. Dribble the ball, that's what I say. And if you want to know what my NBA pick is, of course it's the Miami Heat. They're going to win, and they're going to win beautifully, and they're going to take those Denver Nuggets. You know what? When I go to McDonald's, I actually like the Big Macs a whole lot more than the Nuggets. I don't touch that stuff. I don't touch it. I eat the Big Macs, and I eat the fish fillet sandwich, and I drink the ice cold Coke. The Coke at McDonald's, it hits like nothing else. And let me tell you, folks, if I'm going to go to McDonald's, I'm going to have a big, beautiful Big Mac, and I'm going to wash it down with an ice cold Diet Coke because I'm watching my figure. And let me tell you something. In this series, it's going to be the Miami Heat, and they're going to win every single game. So however many games it takes to win one of these funny little NBA series, it's going to be the beautiful, strong Miami Heat. They're going to win every single game. So sweeping for Miami Heat all the way. Me and Stan Loves are going to be dancing to Pitbull 305, baby. Oh, man. The Trumpy hurts my voice. Hurts my throat. There you go. There you go, Poker Pro. Ask and you shall receive. Mike G says, who gets better looking girls, Trump or Roham? I think the evidence would have to say Roham at this point, Mike. Budavane says, my therapist said I shouldn't be so hard on myself and be more like Trump. Lash out more on other people, but not too much. Is that true? That's a pretty entertaining therapy session right there. Miami goes up 1-0. Stop the count. We've won. Throw the confetti down. Throw the balloons. Big, beautiful red and white balloons. All right. Well, we made it an hour. I'm proud of everybody here. My throat is like all raspy from the Trumpy voice. I think that's enough. I think that you guys should go enjoy this NBA Finals Game 1, Miami Heat versus Denver Nuggets, and watch the halftime Top Shot show. I'm curious what that's going to be like. I hope you guys enjoy it. I know I'll be sleeping. I know Budavane's going to be sleeping too. But for the rest of you, go enjoy it. Maybe you can get your hands on some free packs or something like that. Who knows? Should be fun. But I appreciate you guys. Like, this was a little bit of a slog, I'll be honest. And we did it. Omer's here. Let's go Celtics. All I have to say to that, Omer, is let's go Lakers, baby. Celtics and Lakers destiny. And who do we get instead? The Heat and the Nuggets. Not very happy about that one. Omer shows up literally in the last minute of the stream, but that's why we like Omer. I'll say let's go Lakers. You'll say let's go Celtics, and we'll wait for next season for hopefully better results. But anyways, guys, I hope you have a great rest of the day, rest of the evening. Enjoy watching the game. I hope you do it in your Top Shot shirt. And I hope well, let's see. Omer's here. Opposite of Tatum, he says. He doesn't show up at the end. You're right, Omer. You're right. Talking a lot of shit though for a Lakers team that also got their asses kicked. So that's why we love Omer. But anyway, enjoy the rest of the time. Enjoy the rest of the night. Watch the game. Enjoy it. Have some fun. For those of you rooting for the Miami Heat, I guess I don't really have a dog in this race. I thought the Heat role players were particularly annoying. Some Heat fans are particularly annoying. Not Tyler Stan Loves though. We love him. He can be annoying. He's still a loyal only tan, so we enjoy him. But anyway, enjoy it, guys. Have some snacks, sit on the couch, take in the NBA action, and we'll talk next week. Take care.
Static Selector.